So if you're still thinking of ChatGPT as just, a simple chatbot for answering questions, you are missing out on a huge shift that's happening right now. See, OpenAI is building a whole platform, not just a chatbot. But with all these new tools popping up, GPTs, agents, apps, it gets confusing. Which one should you use? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to make that choice super, super simple for you. So this is the big question on everyone's mind, right? Especially if you're running a business. What's next? You've played around with the chatbot, but now you're hearing all these new terms thrown around. Custom GPTs, AI agents, ChatGPT apps. What on earth are they? And more importantly, which one is actually going to help you solve real problems? Let's be honest, it's a brand new world and it can get pretty confusing fast. Okay, so the best way to wrap your head around all this, I want you to picture a toolbox. That's it. A simple toolbox. I mean, you wouldn't grab a sledgehammer to fix a pair of glasses, would you? Of course not. It's the exact same idea here. Each of these AI tools is designed for a very specific job, and learning how to pick the right one is the absolute key to unlocking real power for your business. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to pop open that AI toolbox together. First, we'll look at the Custom GPT. That's our specialist. Then we'll check out the AI agent, which is our autonomous doer. After that, we'll explore ChatGPT apps, which are all about the experience. And then, the most important part, we're going to wrap it all up with a simple guide to help you pick the perfect tool for whatever job you've got. Okay, let's dive in. First up is the most straightforward tool in our kit, the Custom GPT. Think of this as your specialist. It's designed for one thing: focus. So what exactly is a Custom GPT? Well, in plain English, it's just a version of ChatGPT that you've trained yourself for a really specific purpose. You feed it your own instructions, you give it your own documents, maybe a company style guide or a product manual. And the best part? You don't need to be a programmer. No code required. You just talk to it. You tell it what you want in plain English. Let's go back to our toolbox analogy for a second. If you have a task you do over and over and over again, like, say, summarizing weekly reports into a very specific format, that's your Custom GPT. It's like having a perfectly molded wrench that fits one specific bolt on your machine. It does that one job, and it does it perfectly every single time, no fuss. And this is where it gets really practical for businesses. Think about it. You could have an AI tutor that gets new hires up to speed, or a customer service bot that actually knows your product manual backwards and forwards. You can create an internal assistant that can instantly answer any question about your company's wiki. It's all about taking that general, all-purpose AI and turning it into a hyper-focused expert for your team. All right, now let's grab the next tool from our box. And this is where things start to get really, really powerful. We're moving from a simple specialist to what I like to call an autonomous doer, the AI agent. See, an AI agent is so much more than a Q&A machine. This thing can actually do things. It can think through a problem, create a whole plan with multiple steps, and then go use other software tools to get it done. We're talking about connecting it to your sales software, your project trackers, pretty much any database out there, and it does the work all by itself. There's a quote that just nails this idea perfectly. This is the big shift. We are literally watching AI grow up from something that can only talk into something that can act. They're not just here to chat, they're here to work. So how does it work? Well, an agent is basically in this constant loop of sync, act, observe. First, it syncs. It looks at your goal and makes a plan. Then it acts. It goes out and uses a tool, like searching a database. Next, it observes. It looks at what came back from that action. And then it repeats the whole cycle, getting smarter and closer to the goal with each loop. It's pretty amazing, right? It's totally dynamic. So what does this mean for a business? Well, the possibilities are kind of mind-blowing. Imagine this: an agent that acts as your personal market analyst, scouring the web every single morning for news about your competitors and dropping a summary on your desk. Or one that automatically keeps your sales CRM and your support software in sync. You could even have agents that help your engineers by running quality checks on new code. This is about automating really complex stuff. Okay, and that brings us to the final and maybe the most game-changing tool in our box, ChatGPT apps. So if a custom GPT is that special wrench and an agent is your robot assistant who can use other tools, then an app, well, an app is like building a whole new appliance right into your kitchen. So what are we talking about here? A ChatGPT app is basically a real interactive web app that lives inside your chat conversation. Forget just getting back a wall of text. We are talking about clickable buttons, interactive maps, data dashboards you can play with, even design canvases, all showing up right there in your chat. And it's all built with the stuff web developers already know: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, to really drive that toolbox analogy home, this isn't just another handheld tool you pull out when you need it. This is like installing a beautiful, custom-built espresso machine right into your countertop. It becomes a seamless, natural part of how you work inside that chat window. And this right here is the absolute key difference. With custom GPTs and agents, you're pretty much typing and getting text back, right? It's a conversation. Apps completely shatter that. They bring a full-on visual, graphical experience to the party. So instead of just listing addresses, you could ask to see homes for sale, and bam, an interactive map pops up right there in the chat, and you can clip around on it. It's a total game changer for user experience. Okay, so we've met the whole crew: the specialist, the doer, and the fully integrated experience. Now for the million-dollar question. How on earth do you choose the right one for your business? All right, let's get right to it. The right tool for you really boils down to three key things: how complex your task is, what kind of experience you want your users to have, and how much technical effort you're ready to put in. This little chart here makes it super clear. So look, if you have a recurring text-based task that you want to specialize, start with a custom GPT. It's low effort, no code. You can probably build one this afternoon. But if your problem involves automating a bunch of steps across different systems, like your CRM and your email, then you're going to need an AI agent. Be warned though, the effort is high. This is for the coders. And finally, if what you really care about is giving your user an amazing, interactive, visual experience right there in the chat, then you're building a ChatGPT app. Again, this is a high-effort job for your web developers. So when you step back and look at all this, what's really going on? This quote puts it perfectly. This isn't just about adding new bells and whistles. What we're actually watching is OpenAI building a brand new kind of operating system, one that runs on conversation. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. The future of work might not be jumping between 20 different tabs and apps on your computer. Imagine just having one conversation, and in that conversation, the perfect tool, whether it's a simple specialist, a powerful agent, or a beautiful app, just shows up exactly when you need it to get something done. So the real question isn't if this is coming, but what you're going to build with it. Which tool are you going to pick up first?